Welcome to today's message, one that can transform how you face every challenge, every obstacle, and every fear. Life can be tough, filled with battles that test our strength and our spirit. But here's the truth that changes everything. You don't have to fight alone. God fights your battles. Imagine the strength, the peace, and the courage you could have, knowing that there is a power greater than any struggle standing beside you. Today, we're diving deep into what it means to trust in God's strength, to surrender control, and to find victory through faith. Get ready to be encouraged, uplifted, and empowered. This could be the message that reignites your spirit and reminds you that you are never alone. Let's begin. Life is filled with challenges, unexpected hurdles, and battles we never saw coming. Sometimes these battles leave us questioning our strength, wondering how we'll ever make it through. But here's what I want to tell you today. A message that can truly transform how you see your life and your struggles. God fights your battles. He steps in where you feel weak. He fills the gaps where you fall short. And He stands beside you when you feel alone. Many people ask, if God is with me, why do I still face challenges? The truth is, battles are a natural part of life. They're part of growth. Each struggle we face shapes us, prepares us, and builds resilience within us. It's like refining gold. We go through the heat to reveal something more valuable within us. When we understand that battles are part of a bigger purpose, we can approach them with strength instead of fear. We often think we need to know how things will work out. We ask ourselves, what if things don't go my way? What if I fail? But faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting God's wisdom and timing. You don't need to know how every piece will fall into place. Faith is about moving forward, even in uncertainty, trusting that God is guiding you each step of the way. We tend to hold tightly to control, trying to solve every problem ourselves. But sometimes true power lies in surrender. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means handing over your worries to God, knowing that He has a plan that goes beyond what we can see. When we let go of trying to fix everything ourselves, we open the door for God to work in miraculous ways. Be still and know that I am God. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs happen when we're still trusting and listening. Think about the battles you've already survived. There were times in the past when you thought you'd be defeated, yet here you are. God saw you through before, and He'll do it again. Reflecting on past victories reminds us of God's faithfulness. It strengthens our trust, knowing that He's been with us every step of the way, even when we didn't realize it. When we face trials, the battlefield often isn't just in the physical world, it's in our minds. Doubt, fear, and discouragement can be more exhausting than the battle itself. Cultivate a battle-ready mindset. Fill your mind with thoughts of faith, hope, and courage. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, replace it with truth. Say to yourself, I am not alone. God is with me. This battle is not mine, it's His. Prayer is powerful. It connects us to God and strengthens us when we're weak. When you're overwhelmed, take a moment to pray. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just talk to God as you would a friend. Lay out your worries, ask for guidance, and seek peace. Prayer has the power to calm storms, to give clarity, and to renew your strength. Sometimes things may look impossible. The odds might seem stacked against you, but faith is about seeing beyond what's visible. God is always working behind the scenes, arranging things in your favor, even when you don't see immediate results. Walking by faith means moving forward, believing that there's a bigger plan unfolding, even if it's not fully visible yet. Giving up may feel like the easy option when the weight of life is heavy. But the path to victory isn't always smooth. It requires resilience. Stand firm in your faith, even when things look bleak. Remember that God didn't bring you this far to abandon you. Persevere and know that God's timing is perfect. There's a difference between worldly peace and divine peace. Worldly peace depends on circumstances, but divine peace is available even in the midst of chaos. It's the peace that lets you sleep in a storm, knowing that God is in control. Seek that kind of peace. Let it guard your heart so that even as you face challenges, you remain centered and calm, trusting in God's power. One of the most empowering things you can do is expect victory. Not because of your strength, but because of God's promises. If you're facing a difficult season, speak victory over it. Declare that this challenge will become a testimony. Believe that the doors that are meant for you will open, and the ones that are not will remain closed. Sometimes the people around us can affect our perspective on life. Choose to surround yourself with those who lift you up, who remind you of your strength, and who encourage you to keep going. We all need community. We all need people who can remind us that God is fighting for us, especially when we feel weak. Every battle is an opportunity to grow. While we often wish for a life without challenges, it's these challenges that make us stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. When you look back on the trials you faced, you'll see how each one shaped you, building character and resilience. Embrace the growth, knowing that every difficulty is adding to the strength of your spirit. Don't wait for the big victories to celebrate. Every step forward, every bit of progress, every moment of courage is worth celebrating. Recognize and appreciate the small wins because they lead you to the bigger victories. Celebrate how far you've come, even if you still have a way to go. In the quiet moments of life, when we face difficulties that shake us to our core, we wonder if we can keep going. Maybe you've reached a point where you're up against something that feels too big, too complicated, or just too painful to overcome. But let me remind you of one unshakable truth: God fights your battles. Even in the darkest hours, you are not alone. There is a mighty presence working behind the scenes, shaping victories out of the struggles you face. You see, every battle you encounter has a purpose. Sometimes they're designed to make us stronger, to test our resolve, and to deepen our trust. Life has a way of putting obstacles in our path to bring out the strength that lies within us. Yet we are not expected to face these battles solely with our own strength. God knows your limits, and He knows when to step in. When you feel weak, when the mountain seems too high, that's when God's strength becomes your strength. It's in those moments of surrender that His power begins to work wonders in your life. Think of the battles you've already overcome. Some of them seemed like they would break you, but you're still standing. There were moments you thought it was over, but God saw you through. He fought for you when you couldn't fight for yourself. He shielded you from dangers you weren't even aware of, guiding you to safety when all seemed lost. What makes today any different? There are times when we feel the world crashing down, when people or circumstances work against us, but remember, no weapon formed against you will succeed. You might encounter resistance, you may face setbacks, but these are temporary. When you invite God into your battles, you're putting your life in the hands of the one who sees beyond what you can see. He sees the ending before it begins, and He has already prepared a way through. Sometimes the real battle isn't with the world around us, it's within. We struggle with doubt, fear, and the nagging feeling that we aren't enough. We worry about the future, about failing, about things not working out. But God whispers, be still. I am with you. He didn't bring you this far to leave you stranded. If He has called you to face something, He will give you the strength to see it through. He doesn't promise a life without challenges, but He does promise a life where His presence is with you in every storm. When you face difficult times, remember that God doesn't expect you to have all the answers. Faith isn't about knowing how every detail will work out. It's about trusting that regardless of how it looks now, God is already making a way. The battle might feel long and the night may feel dark, but dawn always comes. And with it, victory. Sometimes we need to let go of the control we so desperately cling to. Release the fear, release the worry, release the pressure to solve every problem alone. Let God fight for you. Stand firm in your faith. Do what you can and let God handle the rest. You might not see the answer today, but He is working. Just as the seed planted in the ground has to break through soil to grow, so do we grow through adversity. Trust the process. Trust that the battle has already been won. Hope is what carries us through the darkest moments. It's believing that the best is yet to come, even when life says otherwise. Hope keeps us moving, reminding us that with God on our side, there is always a way forward. Let hope anchor you. Let it remind you that the storm will pass and that God's plan for you is filled with good things. Sometimes victory doesn't look the way we imagine. It may come in unexpected forms. Maybe it's a lesson learned, a new perspective, or a strength you didn't know you had. Trust that, however the outcome unfolds, it is for your good. God's ways are higher than our ways. When you trust in His victory, you realize that the journey itself is a blessing. When you feel like giving up, when the mountain seems too steep, remember this: you are not alone. God fights your battles, and He is a warrior who has never lost. Don't be discouraged by the weight of the world. Keep moving forward. Keep believing, keep praying, and keep trusting. Because when God fights for you, victory is not just possible, it's promised. This phrase speaks to the belief that we are not alone in our struggles. When facing difficulties, people find reassurance in knowing that God is actively working to help guide and protect them through every challenge. It emphasizes the idea that our battles are not just our own to bear. There is a divine power involved in seeing us through them.
Faith becomes especially powerful when life is hard. This key word refers to the trust and confidence one places in God's plan, even when life feels uncertain, painful, or overwhelming. Holding on to faith during tough times can give people strength, patience, and resilience, knowing that brighter days will come. Life presents us with various challenges, from personal struggles to external obstacles. This keyword highlights the mindset of resilience and determination to push through adversity. It suggests that, with faith and courage, any challenge can be faced and ultimately overcome. Prayer is often seen as a direct line to communicate with God, providing comfort, guidance, and inner peace. The power of prayer lies in its ability to help people feel heard, supported, and less alone in their struggles. It's a reminder that speaking to God, whether for help, strength, or gratitude, can be a source of profound transformation. Trusting in God means believing that He has a purpose and a plan, even when we don't understand it. This resonates with those who feel unsure or fearful about the future. Trusting in God is about surrendering control, allowing divine guidance to lead the way, and having confidence that God's intentions are for our good. An inspirational message is one that uplifts, motivates, and gives people hope. This attracts reassurance and positive guidance, particularly those who may be facing difficulties and need a reminder that they're capable of overcoming challenges.
This phrase reflects the belief that through steadfast faith in God, any challenge can be conquered. It suggests that while trials may come, holding on to faith leads to triumph in the end. It's a hopeful drawing people who want to hear about the power of faith in achieving personal victories. Strength in faith refers to the resilience and courage that faith provides, especially when life is uncertain or painful. It's the idea that faith isn't just a belief, it's a powerful source of strength. This speaks to those who want to develop a strong foundation in their spiritual lives so they can face life's hardships with courage and confidence.
This represents the concept of releasing control and trusting God's plan completely. Many people feel stressed by trying to solve everything on their own. Letting go and letting God
resonates with viewers who need to be reminded that they don't have to bear the weight of the world alone. They can trust God to guide them through. This is ideal for people going through hardships who need hope, motivation, and a reminder that they can make it through. It speaks to those seeking support and positivity, helping them feel less alone and more optimistic about their circumstances, knowing that challenges are only temporary. Hope and resilience are two powerful qualities that help people face life's ups and downs with courage and optimism. This focuses on the importance of maintaining hope, even during hard times, and building resilience to persevere through difficulties.
It appeals to viewers who want to be reminded that, with faith, they can endure and emerge stronger.
Divine strength refers to the power and support believed to come from God, especially during times of weakness. This resonates with those who feel that their personal strength isn't enough and are seeking God's support to face their struggles. It's an encouragement to rely on God's strength to carry them through life's toughest moments.
This emphasizes encouragement from a spiritual perspective, reminding viewers to stay connected to their faith. Spiritual encouragement offers hope, peace, and confidence drawn from one's relationship with God, helping people find comfort and clarity.
It attracts those looking for faith-centered guidance and motivation. Many people struggle to feel at peace when they're dealing with challenges. This focuses on the idea that even in times of hardship, it's possible to find peace by trusting God's plan. It appeals to remain calm, centered, and faithful, knowing that their struggles have purpose. Faith-based motivation combines practical motivation with spiritual guidance, inspiring people to move forward with courage. It reminds viewers to stay positive, work toward their goals, and face challenges with confidence in God's support. This keyword attracts those looking for inspiration that's grounded in faith and spiritual values. This speaks to the belief that God has a specific purpose and plan for each person's life, even if they don't always see it. It encourages viewers to trust that their lives are unfolding according to divine design, and that every challenge is part of a greater purpose. People who feel uncertain about their future often seek this type of reassurance. Sometimes people experience periods of doubt or feel disconnected from their faith. This speaks to the process of reconnecting with and strengthening one's faith. It appeals to those who want to rekindle their spiritual life, draw closer to God, and find a renewed sense of purpose and motivation in their faith. Adversity is a part of life, but it can also be an opportunity for growth. This appeals to those who want to find inner strength and courage amid their struggles. It encourages people to see adversity as a way to build resilience, deepen faith, and come out stronger on the other side. Faith over fear is a powerful message that encourages people to prioritize their faith rather than giving in to fear. It speaks to the idea that trusting God can help people face their fears with confidence, knowing they're not alone. This keyword resonates with viewers who may be struggling with anxiety or uncertainty and need the reminder that faith is stronger than fear. As you continue through life, remember this truth: God fights your battles. He stands beside you, before you, and behind you, covering you in every step. So keep moving forward. Keep believing, keep praying, and keep trusting. The victory is not just possible, it's promised. As you walk through the challenges of life, remember this: God fights your battles. He stands with you, goes before you, and surrounds you with His strength. Even in moments when you feel weak or alone, He's working in ways you may not see right now. So keep moving forward. Embrace each day with faith. Keep believing, keep praying, and hold on to trust in His plan. The victory you seek is not only possible, it's promised. With God fighting for you, know that every step, every challenge, and every victory is leading you toward a purpose greater than you can imagine. You are not alone, and with God on your side, you have all you need to overcome. Embrace this journey with faith, knowing that with God fighting for you, you are stronger, braver, and more capable than you can imagine. Thank you for watching this video and for being part of this journey of faith and encouragement. I hope these words reminded you that no matter what you're facing, you're not alone. God is with you, fighting your battles every step of the way. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Together, let's continue to uplift each other and walk forward in faith. Thank you, and remember, with God on your side, victory is within reach. Stay blessed.